welcome to Ditzysdiamondden. So today we are going to be doing a unboxing and kit and chat. So if you have not already, please hit that thumbs up button on my video and maybe subscribe. So we have from the Diamond Design Co. Patchwork animals. Now these are fantastic. So when you think minis, because this is what it's classified as, is a mini, you're thinking like those itty bitty like partials that are so small. This is a 20 by 20 full drill canvas. So this is a nice size canvas, but still small enough to actually take on the go and be able to get some really adorable details. So Amy did send this to me at no cost, so thank you so much, Amy, for sending me this very adorable canvas. She knows how much I love the animals. So in here we do have our toolkit, and we've got, of course, our tweezers, very, very sharp. We have our standard small tray. Yeah, words.
Or boat, whatever.
Yeah. We have a pen. Now this pen is just a little bit thicker than those pink pens, and it is made a little bit sturdier. It does come with your single placer, your 3, and I believe that is a 6 or 7. It has a squishy to combat that fatigue. I can never get those on. And then, of course, a little mini pot of blue wax, and this does come with one inside, which will be plenty for your project.
So there's a whole theme to that. It's blue wax, blue pen, blue squishy.
Yes, and here's something that I don't think a lot of people know, and I'm not sure if it is on this one, but with the newer kits, because they are surrounded by the 3865s, she has actually started making all of the white background in dust drills, so to give it that extra sparkle. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know if it's in this kit, but I know that it is in the newer kits and anything that is coming out. So you do come with 3 bags of drills, so they fit into the box. And you guys get to see the owl. You get over here the Diamond Design Co. And this is a paper. Oh, I was wondering why I couldn't see. I'm not wearing my glasses. Okay, so we've got the Diamond Design Co. We've got over here all the cute little pictures. It is called Patchwork Animals. Here is the code for it. It's got a little instruction right here. And this thing comes with 128 colors. I had to buy a brand new case to kit this up. I've never done this many colors, so I'm really excited to do a little kit and chat with you as I kit up 128 colors. Now, I know that there are ones out there with like 200 plus, but this is my biggest one, so I'm very excited. So over here, this is actually a sticker sheet, and these are pre-cut, so you can just take those off. They are very thin. If that is how you prefer it, they are very, very small. I know some people like the big, some people like the thick. So now, as you can see, these are a little big, so they don't fit in here. One of the things, I'm going to take all of these all at once, and I'm going to give all of them a roll backwards, because it is poured glue canvases, and these canvases are high quality. I mean, like big canvas quality. Oops, I rolled them a little too much. Look at this. Poked and scalloped edges. The backs of these are, I think, maybe the softest canvas I have ever felt. And I'm talking from anybody. This canvas is incredibly soft. As you can see, the symbols are super, super clear. It does have a Nice tight grid line. Now it is not the tightest grid line that you have ever seen, but it is tight enough to where there is very minimal gapping, and it's not so tight that you're like trying to squeeze drills into the drill field because it's so small and then you get poppage. So it is a very, very nicely set out. You can see there is a lot of colors in every one. It is completely surrounded by the 3865. It's got some very cute details with the little ears. You've got your eyebrows. Oh my goodness. And look at all these cute little, oh my god, sorry. Ah! All right, let's look at them. Let's just look at them. So we've got the little lion. Rawr. Okay. And then Oz and Aga is coming here pretty soon. And so, yeah, some of these are going to qualify. So like if you bought this, you could do the lion and the doggy, and that would qualify for Oz and Og. It is, oh, look at that puppy. Once again, patchwork, too cute, little tail. You can see there's multiple colors in here, so we're gonna have a nice bit of like little tiny details. This elephant is too cute. Oh my goodness, he's like wearing a little coat. I'm excited about these ears. There's so many colors in those ears. We have got an octopus, and I actually just ordered an octopus from another company. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to like frame the little octopuses together.
Yeah.
Look.
I know, I saw it.
So I don't know what it, lately. It's like I bought 2 octopuses. I was like, oh my goodness, they're too cute. A unicorn. Oh, I don't know which one I want to do first, guys. Look at this. Look at all of those colors, that tail, all of her hair, her cute little boopable nose. Okay, maybe, I think the owl though is my favorite. The owl is awesome. I love those big eyes, that rosy cheeks, the different colors. Oh, so fantastic. The fox is cute. Paul likes foxes more.
Yeah, I like it.
So that is too cute. And then, oh my goodness, the bunny is so adorable. I just want to, like, I don't know, do 2 of them, sew them together, and create like a little pillow with this. Okay, so there they are. Oh my goodness. So this does come also with some special drills. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABs, 6 ABs, and 1, 2, 3, 4 dust drills, and it looks like the 5200s, which is going to be the background, is in the dust drills on this one, so I'll be excited to show you that. All right, and then I had to buy this big old monster case.
Had to.
Off of Amazon. Yeah.
Had to.
Yeah. Had to.
It's pretty.
It is. So this thing carries 240 cases. I will add this to my Amazon storefront. And if you do decide to purchase something like this from my Amazon storefront, I will receive a small commission. So that,
right below it.
nope,
right
it's not.
underneath
Oh,
it.
I like that. Okay. So these,
Yeah, then you don't have to take it out.
these are the larger containers.
Oh, I like those.
It did come with some extras. I don't know what these are yet. This has just been sitting on my coffee table. So I got 2 little purples. Honestly, those are going in the trash, guys. I'm not going to be using those. Ooh, 4 squishies, some Ziploc bags, some purple waxes. That's a nice chunk of purple waxes. That's 10 purple waxes. I will actually use this tray. This one does feel a little bit flimsier than the ones that I bought in the pack, though. Yeah, but it'll still be good. Ooh, I've got 4 pens. So I don't like the wides, and this does come with the wides, but it does have a couple different sizes here. But I will actually pull these out and put these in other pens. So those are always good to get. And I always get very excited when I get straighteners.
Those are fantastic.
They are, and I lose them all the time. I want to just buy like a huge pack of straighteners. I'd really,
those ones. Those
I
ones
know.
they just work.
And I've seen some smaller, like 3D printed from small shops, drill straighteners, but I'd really like to see some larger 3D printed ones that are made like really thick like this.
Yeah, I would love one like that tapers thin at the end, but nice and thick.
I want to, but once again, if you come look at this, babe, this is thinner and more bendy, so this is actually not also as good as quality as some of the other ones that I've purchased. I don't think.
They look the same. No, they're the same.
No, this one.
Oh, that one is made out of some different plastic.
Yeah. See?
And it's got it's got some texture to it.
I mean, I guess it does feel the same.
They're pretty close. They're probably
pretty close.
copied from the same thing.
Well, you know what? I'm still always happy. I'm always happy to get straighteners. And we have, plastic tweezies. These are not murder tweezies. These are I will murder you tweezers.
And they're plastic?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those are icky.
Yeah.
Trash. Oh, this is perfect. I can use this for my kit up today.
You can.
We'll see, though, because I look at these and it's like, I don't know, it seems like drills, if they have static, they'll get stuck in it. Maybe if I clean it out first with a...
Yeah, I'll wash it first.
We'll see how this works.
I'll take that.
Ooh, I got some little round stickers for the top. I thought these were release papers at first, and I was like, that's very cool. Okay. So I got some space in here. And then
you might just be able to zip the other one without flipping it. I'm not seeing how this works. Oh, see, that's amazing.
Nice.
Oh, they should have got a little creative and put another little net back there and had an extra.
You know what? No, they should have made it to where when you opened it this way, it was the top and the top.
I wonder if you can. If these are Velcro. No. Oh, that would have been.
That would have been really cool if they'd had something like a hard thing in between them, and then you could just like lift this out and have all 24.
That would take a lot of desk room if that's the way it worked.
Yeah, but this would be pretty cool for those really, really big, like 300 ones. But this is 240.
It's really nice.
Which means that I can actually use this to kit up 2 large paintings, as long as they're under 125.
And it's very nice. I like it. It feels good. It feels nice and solid. And yeah, it's just nice. Very nice.
I'm happy with it. All right, let's clean this up and start kitting up all of these colors and maybe doing a little bit of chat. Wow, you guys know we were busy and then we went on vacation. I was out of town and then we went on vacation. So you've not seen a lot of content from me. So thank you for not unsubscribing and thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. Let's do some kit ups. So we did a lot of stuff. So it has been a while since I did a chat with you all. So I might repeat some things that I have already said. And oops, is that number 1? Does that start with number 1?
What?
Because I'm trying to start. Oh no, here's your number 1 case. So I ended up going to Pennsylvania. My grandma had passed, and my cousin had come up here alone. She'll be back up in August to pick up her Rugrats, and she'll be staying again. However, the trip kind of told me that I need a car. I have not had a car since 2019, and so I did it. I bought a car. I was very excited. So I know I talked about this in my vlog that everybody has already seen, but I'm not sure if I talked about it with you all. So the last car I had was in 2019. Paul has a work truck. And then we had his car. So having 2 cars wasn't really necessary. You know, and we lived a lot closer to town before when I got rid of my car. So it wasn't really a thing. But I have, ever since I went to that retreat, I have been kind of going a little bit more. That retreat like really helped with my confidence levels. So I hit up the retreat and I've been just kind of going, and then I went to Pennsylvania on my own. And I am wanting to go to more retreats, except for it sucks because it's like, okay, plane tickets are kind of spendy right now, guys. And then I have to stay in hotels, and then on top of that, I have to rent a car. So when you add all of that stuff up, it can be quite a bit. So I was looking, and it's like some of these newer cars, because it's something that we've been talking about ever since I went to the last retreat, so about 6 months. And oops.
Am I using the stickers on those guys and put them on the top?
Oh, yeah, let me move those closer to us both.
I'll just put them right here.
Yeah, so it's something we've been talking about, and some of these cars get outrageous gas mileage. And Paul's truck does not get very good gas mileage, between 17 and 19. So I'm looking and I'm like, okay, we went to PA. I was talking to Ellie about like how much it cost her in fuel, and driving to PA costs less than my plane ticket. So I had the plane ticket. There was no car rentals. They had 2 festivals going on, and there was 0 car rentals. So I was like just stuck at the hotel, and there wasn't any hotels where she was at. So I had to get a hotel right next to the freaking airport. And so between the hotel, which is like $200, between $150 and $200 a night. And then if I had rented a car, I would have had a car for, 2 days. That's another $125. That's $500. And my plane ticket, which was $400. And it cost Ellie, I think it was like $300 in total. She had to fill up her tank. Well, let's put it this way. I drove 1,000 miles and it cost me $100. So yeah, it would have been about $300 to go there, and then $300 to come back. So that would have been $600, which, yeah, would have been about $300, $400 less expensive. So what we did is we took and bought an SUV, and we bought an SUV with a very nice back. We went and got a big chunk of foam, just like one of those fold out mattress toppers. I cut it to size for the back of my SUV. I made a cover for it. I hadn't sewed in a while, so that was kind of fun. So we made a cover for it, and we got a cooler and some ice, and now I'm like just totally set up to where I could just live out of my car. I don't have to worry about renting cars. I don't have to worry about hotels. I don't have to worry about food because I can like fry up some chicken and make some mac salad, sandwich stuff, so I'm not having to eat out.
Yeah, put sodas in there or whatever it is.
Yeah, we did buy a to-go smoothie maker for me.
Yeah, but that was cheap. We got it on sale.
Yeah, because I love my smoothies. So yeah, now I'm just to go. So we did a little test run. So Paul's on vacation. And so we did a little test run to Idaho while he was on vacation to visit my dad.
Northern Idaho, not just Idaho.
Yes.
Northern Idaho.
So it was 1,100 miles up there and back. We both slept in the car comfortably, like very, very comfortably and well. We had enough food to last us the whole time that we were gone, like no issues with that at all.
I know, we brought a lot of it back.
We made it too much. So it was quite nice, and we were getting 38.3 miles to the gallon on that trip.
Yes.
So, all in all, I think we made a very good purchase. So, then Paul, of course, I got a new vehicle, and Paul's looking at his, truck that we got to tow the RV that we don't have anymore because our son bought it. And of course, he doesn't even drive it that often, so it just sits in the truck.
It just sits in the driveway. But yeah, it's just expensive to drive, and it doesn't make sense. Getting 17 to 18 miles per gallon with premium only fuel.
Oh yeah.
At the cost that it is.
Yeah, I get to put regular in my car.
Yeah.
So then Paul's like, well, you're making wise financial choices. I want to make some too. So he traded in his truck, and he got a new car. You want to tell him what you got?
I got a truck, not a car. So I did stay with the truck, but it's a little truck, and it's just something I can...
It's a clown truck! It's
not a clown truck. I can putt around for work. I can kind of do anything with it, and it's just a little Ford Maverick, 2025 Ford Maverick, and it's perfect for what I need to use it for.
And what kind of gas mileage does that get?
I am currently pushing 28.9. So almost 30 miles to the gallon, where my last vehicle got 17. If I was 17 to 19, if I was being very conservative. But if I got on the freeway and had to gun it, no, that's gone. Immediately you're down in the 16s. Well, and if you were towing, it's 9.
And our closest store is Walmart, which is 15 miles one way. So that means you were using up almost 2 tanks of gas of premium. So it was costing you $9 to go get a gallon of milk.
Yes.
Every time you would go to get a gallon of milk.
Yeah, it wasn't cost effective at all. And I love my truck. I do a lot of work out of my truck, so I didn't want to mess it up. And this one is nice. It's base model, nothing fancy. Still very nice on the inside. It's comfortable. Cloth seats instead of leather, so I don't just punch a bunch of holes in it.
Yeah, but when I'm driving, you no longer squeal every time I get a little too close for something. I almost hit it with a ladder, and you were like, you just almost took out my truck.
Yeah. So that's the nice part, too.
Yeah.
And somebody else is going to pick up my truck, very well taken care of, at a very good cost, with pretty low miles as far as used vehicles go.
Yeah, so
I think I had about 88,000 on it, which is nothing on those trucks.
Yeah, and here's the fun part. So we traded in his truck, and he had a lot of equity in his truck. So we traded in his truck, and we bought me a car and him a car. We're paying less in fuel, even with the 2 cars. And it only cost us $100 more than what he was paying for his Ram.
Yeah, for the truck by itself.
Yeah, so good choice. Now the one thing is that, so I have been with my insurance guy since we were 18. So we get the new cars, I call him up and I'm like, hey Dave, got new cars, do your thing. And he sends me an email back saying, all right, we got you all set up. Your new insurance rates are $450. And I was like, no, no, that's, so I felt really, really bad because this is my second longest relationship I've ever had, guys. I've been with Dave since I was 18 years old. I've been with Dave only a year less than I've been with Paul. He's seen my children grow up. I watched his children grow up. We've been to his home. And I had to dump him. I had to break off that relationship because I called Progressive, and we got a heck of a deal there also.
These just got stuck in here.
That's why I was worried about.
This very specific one, though.
No, everyone I've tried that was kind of like that.
Okay.
I even got like a plastic one and it did that.
Yeah,
it was getting like stuck in the corners.
Yeah, it got stuck everywhere, and now I just have a bigger mess. Goodbye, funnel.
That's why when you were like, "Oh, I want to use it," I was like,
"Go ahead.
Go ahead, do it."
Yuck.
Yeah.
Look at all this.
So Progressive got us a heck of a deal on the RV. Insane. And then on top of that, so we're actually paying $4 less in insurance for 3 vehicles and the RV than we were before for 2 vehicles, Paul's and Brian's cars. So it's not a lot less. It's about $4 less a month, but that's one extra car on it. Now we did have to, that's less than, not the $440, but less than what we were paying before 2 cars. We are paying just a tiny itty bitty bit more in home insurance, but overall we're still, they quoted us, I'm not even joking, from $440 to like $220, half the cost of what our guy was going to be able to get us. So I had a very hard and devastating breakup. I felt it was so awkward, guys, to call him and be like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, after all these years.
I know. And he, oh my goodness. So this tells you how long we've been with them. How much we've like talked over the years. He wasn't even thinking about it. And we go to hang up and he goes, well, I'm really sad to see you guys go. I love you. And he's like, I don't know why I said that. He's like, you guys are like family, man.
Yeah, I know. We've been together for so long.
I know. I felt so bad. I already felt bad when I had to make the call. Like, I was dreading it. I was like, oh, I don't, because Paul's like, you have to call him. I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah, I know Dave, and I've worked with him a little bit, but I've never really talked with him. I mean, he's just been our insurance guy since we were young.
Oh,
but that's not
I've
stuff
talked to him
I take
a
care
lot.
of. Yeah, you have, so you kind of have that relationship. I don't really have that.
Yeah, like I knew when his kids graduated from high school and when they went to college and what they were studying, and oh my goodness. So yeah, it was freaking rough on me and of course on Dave. So that part was not awesome, but I mean, overall, you know, fiscally, it is, yeah, we're paying $100 a month and extra, and I have a car, and honestly, we're going to save that in fuel.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, I don't feel bad when I have to drive into town now. Before, it's like we just had to wait until there was enough things to do to justify the trip into town.
Yeah, which is why Thursdays, I always try to make it to Tammy's Lives, but Thursdays are hard because Thursday is our town day. That is the day that we go to see the therapist, and I always make a list of all the things that we need to do in town on Thursdays. And of course, Paul works on Thursdays, so we can't head in early or anything, so it was, yeah. But now it's like, oh, okay, if we need to run into town, we can run into town and not be like,
not like, oh no, I forgot something. Oh well.
Yeah, because now a trip into town only costs like $3. Aww. So that is how we were doing. And then, what else? Oh, our therapies went really well. So our therapist was out of town for a couple weeks, and then we met with her, and then we had the 4th of July and Paul's vacation, so we're missing this 2 weeks. Now she has to go out of town again for another 2 weeks, so we've not been seeing our therapist as often, and we're definitely still kind of button heads, and you know, but it's really nice because now we're talking about it.
Yeah, instead of just being angry.
Yeah, if anything, I think we're butting heads more, but we're butting heads in a more healthy way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like earlier I said something and then Paul felt attacked, and at least, yeah, and then he said something and I was like, you know, I felt like you were attacking me because I was like, I'm waiting for you. And he's like, what do you mean you're waiting for me? I'm like, whoa. And so, and then he's like, oh, I didn't attack you. And I was like, I didn't say you attacked me. I said I felt attacked.
I didn't say you were being an a-hole. I said you are an a-hole.
Yeah, so, I mean, we have that, I think, as we get healthier and we are learning boundaries. I think we definitely, I feel like we butt heads way more now because of the fact that we're talking about it. So Paul had to get up and take care of something, so it's just me now. So one of the other things that we did is we ended up taking Ollie to the vet. So Ollie generally, and I mentioned this last year, he generally gets some minor allergies in September, and usually it's just some scratchy skin. I usually rub him down with coconut oil and give him a allergy bath. They have stuff that is like good for the itchy skin and stuff like that, and then I'll use hot spot if needed on him. And honestly, usually that is enough. It's all good. And so we did that and it didn't help. So we had to take him, well, what happened was we took him to the vet for his annual checkup, and we had, a list of questions and things that we wanted to go over, and we forgot about the skin. Like, we had mentioned it, but we had so much stuff to go over that we kind of like forgot to actually like finish over that part. So I called, I was like, oh, we forgot to go over his skin. And so we talked about that. And the problem is that with all of his medications and his heart conditions, we're like, well, he probably needs an allergy shot. And they were saying the pet allergies, like dogs that have allergies, have been a lot worse this year. So I think that's why it came on early. So we had to find something to give him, and we decided on an allergy shot. So we take him down to get his allergy shot, and the vet's not sure. She listened to his heart and everything, and there's like no changes. He is chugging along, because you gotta remember, he's been having this condition for so long, and he gets a little bit worse every year, but it's happening so minuscule. I mean, he could quite honestly probably live to be 20 years old, because he's almost 17, and yeah, he's definitely having some health issues, but he's in pretty gosh darn good shape for a dog that age already. And then for having the particular health issues he has, and the fact that he's had them since he was 8 years old, he's in amazing shape. So we take him down, we get him the allergy shot. So we're not sure if it's the allergy shot or what, because then the next day he is really, really hacking, and he is freaking me out because he has got a lot of fluid on his lungs. It was pretty bad. It was scary. And he was breathing, and I was freaking out because he sounded a lot like Sparta on Sparta's last day. And so I'm freaking out, and we call the vet first thing in the morning because he kept us up most of the night, and then we're like, all right, we need to get him to the vet ASAP. So it's like, okay, do we go to the emergency vet, or do we just wait, an hour and call our vet? So we did decide to wait an hour, because honestly, the emergency vet is so far away, and waiting an hour to call our vet is kind of the same time frame. So we get him down there, and she's like, oh my goodness, yeah, this is not good. So she's like, I'm not sure if we did this with the allergy shot and his annuals and everything, or what's going on. So she had his medication that keeps the liquid off of his lungs. Furosemide, yes.
I think. I mean, something like that. It's yellow. It's tiny. It's for dogs.
Yes. So this is where we're a little bit stuck. So she's having me check his gums to make sure they're wet and not tacky. They're a little bit tacky, but she said that is okay. The issue is that he is still got a runny nose. He is still, when he's sneezing, blowing out a lot of liquid, and he is still hacking. So now it's like, okay, is it the allergies, even with the allergy pill, or did his heart take a little turn for the worse? So we've got us on the furosemide, and we're kind of monitoring that to try to figure out what's going on. The heart does sound better after being on the I can't pronounce it.
Furosemide, but yeah, he sounds so much better. He's not just a constant hack. It sounds more like his normal. Yeah. And it's not this wet, just
last night after upping
breathing.
it, we upped it last night, and that's when he went back to normal. The day before, he was still really hacky.
But I think it's still trying to clean it out.
Yeah, but the question is, what's it trying to clean out? The liquid or allergy?
Yeah, it could be allergy. I mean, look at me in allergy season. Even on pills, I have bad days.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. We're not really sure what it is.
That's why it's hard.
Yeah. So we are carefully monitoring that. And speaking of dogs, oh look, it's a little paint roller.
Huh.
That's a paint roller.
I got an apple.
Cool. So Paul and I, we had always talked about how we were not going to get a puppy because we didn't think that Ollie would like that. However, sometimes fate has different ideas. We got a puppy. Now, before you guys are like, oh, you're a horrible human being, let me tell you the story of how we got a puppy. So, we last minute, because Paul's vacation, we kind of had it open to do whatever, do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that. My dad is up in Idaho right now, up in Fernwood, Idaho, northern Idaho, and he's visiting my grandma, who is 103 years old, and Paul had never met her. And she had broken her ankle. So we're on Paul's first day of vacation. I'm looking at him. I'm like, my dad is up in Idaho. You freaking love my dad. And my grandma and my whole family's up there, and you've never met most of my family on my dad's side. I was like, you want to jet up there? He's like, yeah, that sounds cool. So we get everything together and we head up to Idaho. We visit my dad, we visit my grandma, first day up there. And we're looking for a place to eat. Now this is the 4th of July and there are so many places that are closed, and on top of that, this is a tiny little town. I mean, it's got 2,000 people. In St. Mary's, we weren't in Fernwood because Fernwood is smaller. So we're up in St. Mary's and we're looking for a place to eat. We go to like 5 different places. They're all closed. And we finally find a place. So we go and we eat. I scare some of the locals by just being me. We had a guy come in and I yelled at him, hey, this building's at capacity, because we were the only ones in there. And he just looked at me like, what?
It's plenty seats.
Yeah. So we eat and we go outside, and it is across from a park. So we're heading out to the car and I see a lady holding a puppy, and this little puppy, she's holding her, and the puppy locks eyes with me from across the street, and I lock eyes with the puppy, and she is so freaking calm and so adorable. And of course, I'm like, puppy! So I run over there to say hello and ask if I can, of course, can I pet the puppy? I'm gonna pet the puppy. The puppy's so cute. And I go over there and I'm like, oh, can I pet the puppy? And she's like, yeah, they're for sale. And I'm like, oh, what? And I'm looking at the 2 other puppies, and these things are nuts.
Yeah, they're bouncing, biting.
They're bouncing.
Brown. They're just crazy.
Yeah, these are like some hyper dogs. And I hold her for a little bit. She snuggles right underneath my chin. Just snuggles like, hi. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I love you. I love you so much. And then I set her down. And the other dogs are like bouncing all over her. And she's just laying there. Whatever. So I go over and I yell at Paul. I'm like, puppy, puppy, puppies. And he's like, no, 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 no. My dad, my Uncle Steve are laughing. And they're like, yeah, stand your ground, Paul. And I'm like, you have to at least come look, because I will never stop annoying you until you come and look. So he goes and looks. He picks her up. She snuggles right into him. His heart melts. He's like, no, no, baby, no. He's looking at the other two dogs. He's like, ugh, those things are psycho. Yeah. But then I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, ready to go. He said no. I get it.
The lady gave us a card. And
yes.
You didn't know I kept it.
But Paul couldn't pull himself away. He stood there for a while. Just he set the puppy down, and then he laid on the ground and was poking his fingers in the cage, just going, "Oh my goodness, I love you." He could not pull himself away from this puppy. And so we go and we talk about it, and we talk about the cost. This is way out in BFE, so the cost is really, really good. They normally go for about, what was it, 35?
Yeah, 35.
35. She's offering them for $1,100. And it is a breed of dog that we have actually, well, that I've actually looked at. Paul really wanted a Pillion, but I told him a Pillion wasn't actually really good for our lifestyle because they're pretty energetic. And they're kind of almost like working dogs. They're really good for show because of that. So, oh my goodness. We talk about it, and we talk about how...
Now we're back at your dad's house.
Yeah, we're back at my dad's house. And
we're getting ready to do barbecue with meet some other family members.
Yeah, and we're talking about how the price was really, really good. It was a breed that we were wanting. And the fact that this dog was like seriously the calmest puppy I've ever flipping met. And Paul too. And she's a toy breed. And he has the card. So he tells me, "Do I have the card?" So we're like, well, let's do a little bit of research. So we look it up, and she is on the AKC.
The breeder.
Breeder, yeah. So she's on the AKC list for breeders, and usually that kind of tells you whether or not they're good or not. So we're like, okay, that's good. And then we check out, you know, what other groups they're a part of and stuff like that. So everything is looking pretty good. And then we had a really hard conversation. How do we think Ollie is going to like us bringing a puppy home? Because we can't bring him home for a meet and greet. We're in freaking Idaho. We're 10 hours away. And he is here with my son. Ooh, so... we talk a little bit about it, about how calm she is, and we decide, okay, let's go ahead and call and see if she's still available. We're going to leave on this date. If she hasn't reached out to us before we leave, then we'll consider that fate. We'll just go. So she gets back to us, and she does still have her, and so we ask if she can meet us. And she can meet us. She can meet us an hour before we are leaving. So we go and we meet her again. She brings down all of the girls. And once again, the girls are just like psycho. They are bebopping all over the place. And she's just calm. Not fearful, but calm. Faucet. We need to fix ours. Maybe we can replace our faucet with this one.
Yeah, do it. See if that works.
And like I said, we had done some research, so we were like, yay! And so we buy her. Now, as we buy her, last minute, I'm seeing something I've never seen before. Now, I haven't bought a dog in 17 years, guys. And I know that the contracts on AKC registered dogs have gotten a little crazy, so I don't think much of it until I get home and research it. So here's where it gets a little funky. This dog, we brought her home. She's been well loved. She is a very well-behaved, very healthy, very calm dog. So she definitely wasn't like with backyard breeders or anything like that. You could tell that she had been socialized, pet, kissed, all the good things. But the breeder in their contract wanted me to agree to feed her this supplement for 2 years or the warranty on the puppy would be void. So I get home and I'm like, no, I'm not giving this dog anything without researching it first. So I start researching this vitamin. And it's got really bad reviews. And basically everybody's saying it's a pyramid scheme that the owners are getting kickbacks of half the cost of what they sell it for. And so I'm supposed to feed her some type of vitamin.
That's not even FDA approved.
Not FDA approved. It doesn't have very good reviews.
And nobody can tell if it even does anything.
Well, they can tell it has some serious side effects like dehydration, diarrhea, seizures, stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm not giving my dog this. So that's that. And then, of course, it says that they are... So I got Havanese, and it's saying that Havanese are sensitive to a certain vaccination. So, I'm not a vet. I know some people on here are like so versed in all this stuff. I know I'm pretty good at training my puppies and to being good little citizens, but I don't know like all of the like vaccinations or anything that people are supposed to take or dogs are supposed to take and what exactly it
No, that's why we have a vet. We don't need to know that.
I don't know what vaccines my kids even got. My doctor said...
Yeah, whatever they said it was supposed to have to go to school.
Yeah, they were like, oh, your kid needs this. I was like, cool, give them the vaccine. Now, I know there are anti-vaxxers out there, and you do you. I'm not one of them, so please don't preach at me. I won't preach at you. Fair deal.
Savvy?
Yeah. So, I go and talk to the vet about how they said that this is a vaccine that they have issues with. And this is from the Havanese club, the Havanese AKC. Because you have your AKC and then you have break-off clubs. So this is the Havanese break-off club. And my vet's like, well, your dog in particular really, really needs this particular vaccine, because it is something that helps them not get sick from wildlife. And we have wildlife going through our backyard. We have raccoons and deer and gophers and foxes.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, you know,
Skunks. Just everything.
Yeah. We live in a heavily wooded area right next to the Dane River. We have a lot of wildlife. So the vet's like, you need to give her this. And I was like, well, and the vet's like, I've never heard of this breed not being able to have this. She's like, I'm going to do my research. I was like, well, I'm going to do some research also. So I called the AKC and asked them about it. And they're like, well, for the breed specific, you want to call the Havanese AKC club. So I was like, okay. So I called them, talked to this really lovely lady. And on their site, it does say that dogs have, Havanese do have dangers against this. And they did all of the stuff. So the thing is, though, it is a little bit outdated, because what happened here, and it says that if I give her this vaccine, this will also null and void the contract. And the lady's like, well, that shouldn't happen. The old vaccine did used to be pretty bad on Havanese. However, they have changed the vaccine since then. It is still rough on them, but it very rarely, actually, I think she says only caused like 2 deaths since the 1970s, since they've been studying this. But a lot of the times they will have an allergic reaction, so they suggest that when you get the shot, you don't get it with your other vaccines. You have a date just for that particular vaccine, and that you stick around the vet's office for a couple hours to just check for allergies, because they're allergic to them. No problem. So we will get her that vaccine. So we're nulling and voiding our contract all over the place. We are, of course, going to get her fixed. But yeah, I'm not giving her that supplement.
No.
And I am giving her the vaccine that my vet says she needs.
Well, especially for our area. And it is a vaccine that is required.
It's a core.
In our area.
It's a
yeah,
core
it's one of
vaccine.
their core vaccines. So, sorry, not required, but a core vaccine.
Yes, because of where we live.
Yeah, we live around wildlife.
Yeah. So, yep, that's where that went. So it's kind of hard because the lady was doing some kind of a little bit shady stuff for being an AKC approved breeder. Well, not approved. The AKC doesn't approve anybody, but you know, yeah, they filled out all the paperwork. So a little shady. So I think she was good to her dogs. I don't think the dogs were abused or mistreated in any possible way, but I do think she's definitely trying to get kickbacks where she's able to get
where you can, and which is not bad, but if it's not beneficial to the animal, it really has no point in being there if it's just for monetary gain.
Yeah, so I mean, when it comes to how she treated her dogs, her morals seemed top of the line. And the price was good, so maybe that's how she prices them so low, is by adding in these caveats. But I would say I don't know. It was a little weird. A couple of the things were a little weird.
But that's all right. We don't have to follow those. I'm not looking for a warranty. you know, if something were to happen, that we, are making sure that she's taken care of.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, those contracts, either way, they're breakable when you are asked to be doing things that could possibly hurt the puppy's health.
Yeah.
So,
or be just not beneficial at all.
Yes. So I'm not even worried about that. So on the car ride home, Aurora Belle did absolutely amazing. She took that 10-hour trip like a champ. She wasn't showing any fears. She liked riding in the car.
She didn't get sick.
She didn't get sick. She didn't go potty anywhere in the car.
Whine all the time.
Nope.
Just had a good old time just sitting there with us.
Yeah, she rocked her first trip. It did, however, take us a heck of a long time to
get because we stopped a lot for restroom breaks.
Yeah, and to make sure she got outside and got some exercise and stuff. She remained pretty calm the whole time. So we get her home, and she fell in love with Ollie. She's like, friend. She's trying to sniff his butt. She was very polite with her introduction. She's like, hi, can I sniff your butt? And Ollie's like, no, thank you.
Not right now.
And she's like, can I touch your nose? And
no, thank
Ollie's
you.
like, no, thank you. And he's just like, you're here. He's like, I'm okay with that. He's like, it doesn't bother me. He's like, but, I kind of do my thing. You do your puppy thing. He'll lay next to her. Like, she'll cuddle up with him at nap time. And he's cool with that. She, however, did get adjusted really fast because no matter how calm of a puppy she is, she's still a puppy, guys. So we knew that she was going to have moments of a little bit of hyperactivity. Usually, when you get a puppy, they spend the first week or so curled up in the corner crying.
She has not done that ever.
No. She was a little bit reserved throughout most of the first day. And then later that night, she got the zoomies. She was zooming all over the place. She zoomed right up to Ollie, and she's like, play with me. And he's like, no, thank you. And then she tried to tackle him a little bit, and she's like, play with me. And she goes to tackle him, and he did a very gentle growl. And you got to remember, Ollie's been around puppies and babies, so Ollie is amazing. He is a very good pack leader with gentle corrections. So she goes to leap on him. He does a gentle growl, puts his arm up, and whacks her away. He's like,
no.
She kind of goes head over butt, and she's not hurt. And she's like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah.
Positive.
So, and then, we have a little stroller, and they like to sit in the stroller together. So he played with her a little bit, gently for a few minutes, but he only has a few minutes of playtime in him anyways. But he did actually she like got on the ground and was doing this at him, and that's like his favorite thing to do still. It's like the only play he can do is we'll go sit on the edge of the bed and we'll like go, oh. So she did that to him and he got all excited and he did it back to her. And then he was like, okay, I'm done.
That's it. That's all I got.
So like, what? So he is actually doing really good. And she is definitely feeling massively safe.
Oh, yeah. And she learned his boundaries.
And she's already learned his boundaries. And she is still extremely, extremely calm. She has her play moments. She does love to fetch already. She'll go get the balls that you roll and she'll bring them back to me. And when Paul rolls the ball, she grabs them and looks at him like, what do you want?
Nah, she's bringing them back a little bit now. She's doing better.
Yes, we bought her this cute like little closet. Like it's for little girls, but we bought it for her because Ollie, he takes up our hallway closet. Up above is all of his clothes. He can't wear those anymore with the CHF. They hurt his neck and make it harder for him to breathe. So he hasn't been able to wear his clothes or his bow ties or anything like that in a couple of years. But I used to dress the crap out of Ollie. So he's got tons of clothes and he still has them all there up in the closet. And then he has a drawer that is filled with his stuff. And he also, our kitchen island, everything in that is Ollie's stuff. So I was like, where are we going to put her stuff? So I saw this cute like little play closet for little girls.
And we can put a picture of it up.
Yeah, and it's cutest little play closet for little girls. And I bought it for Aurora to put all of her stuff in. It's so stinking cute. Now she is just a puppy and she's going to grow. So I didn't go too crazy with the clothes. I bought her a 5-pack of dresses and this really beautiful butterfly dress. Now if you look up Heavenese, when they get older their hair gets really, really long and you're supposed to put them up in like ponytails or pigtails or braids or something like that. So I bought her some hair ties. I got her, you know, all of her basic stuff that she is going to need.
And toys.
Okay, the toys I went a little wackadoo. I went a little wackadoo on the toys. Alright, because Ollie will play fetch. He only really liked the one toy. He has his ducky. That is his toy. Odin was just learning how to play. I would try to play with him, but I'm pretty sure that Odin had come from a puppy mill. And so Odin, he would like get really excited and he'd throw a toy and he'd run and he'd grab it and then he'd bolt out the door with it. So he was just learning like how to actually play before he suddenly passed. Sparta. He loved his toys.
Yeah, he did.
He loved his toys. He would go to his toy box, he would pick what toy he wanted to play with, and he would bring it to you and whack you in the leg with it until you played with them.
Yep.
And he would play fetch, and yeah, so it's been, and then it got to the point to where he would still play, but my dogs have all, except for with Odin, you know, Sparta had health issues also, and so he couldn't play for very long. So it's been a long time since I got to actively play. So I went a little nuts with the toys, and both Paul and I have been playing
so much.
Yeah, and she loves it. She runs back and forth between all of her toys and like pounces on them. This is mine.
It's like as soon as you throw it, she just bounds up into the air, and then like attacks it. The toy. She's like, wow.
Yes.
It's super awesome.
Yes. Now, I've been very tired. I've been helping Paul out with some stuff, and then Paul's been doing some stuff that he needed to get done. And having a senior and a baby, oh my goodness. So I spend every half an hour, I have to, you know, make sure she is being offered water and taking her, you know, outside to try to go to the bathroom. And then, of course, you have to wait until she goes and then come back inside. And so I take care of all of her needs, and I want to make sure that Ollie doesn't have any feelings towards her being here. So then I spend 15 minutes petting Ollie, and then I have to go take care of Aurora again, and then I pet Ollie. So yeah, I'm a little tired. I'm a lot tired, guys. And so we did get her to the vet, and we've got her health insurance all signed up. Now, when we first got Ollie, we looked at getting him health insurance, and at the time it was not something we could really afford, because you gotta remember, Ollie's 17 years old. We were still renting when we got Ollie. Yeah, we could not afford the insurance, and we honestly never really thought that far in the future. But she has health insurance. She's got like top of the line health insurance. I was like, I ain't doing this. They're like, you want a $5,000 annual? I'm like, no. I want a $30,000 annual. Thank you very much, because I've spent over 5. I've spent over 10 in 1 year for my dogs. So no, give it to me good. And then of course we went down. Now the person that helped with Ollie, because I trained the crap out of Ollie. He is a very polite and well-behaved dog. So people are always amazed when they meet him. They're like, wow, he's like so gentle and so outgoing and so socialized and well-behaved and doesn't bark. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So I did most of the training myself for any problem areas that I was struggling with. I did hire a personalized trainer, Shannon, and she is no longer accepting new clients, and she no longer has puppy classes or anything. So when I first got Ollie, I had more time on my hands. I was at a job where I could take Ollie everywhere with me. Now I do work from home. But then also Ollie was like the only one that I was able to focus on. So I was able to hardcore, like, train him the first 6 months of his life. I don't have that time with also having Ollie to go all in with her training, because I need to make sure that I'm taking care of his needs also. So I did decide to enroll her in puppy kindergarten at PetSmart, and then not Petco, PetSmart. And then they were having a deal, get 3 classes for, or three sessions, not sessions, yeah, the whole thing, 6 weeks. So you get 18 weeks of classes. You get puppy, basic, and intermediate, and it was $60 off. So I was like, I'm planning on doing them all anyway, so let's go ahead and just do that. So we've got her all set up for her classes after she gets her next set of shots.
Yep, and I'll be doing that with her on Saturdays, so we have time to bond.
Yes, and because I'm very good at training dogs, and Paul is a sucker for those big eyes.
She has green eyes.
She has green eyes, so yeah. But Paul, he's like, oh, you don't want to? You don't get a treat then. Oh, you want to? Oh,
here's a treat.
Yeah. And
let's go do whatever you want.
Yeah, so we're gonna get her and him some puppy training going on.
Yeah. I need this.
Yes. Yeah, and it's not because, I don't know, he was the same way with kids. He can't say no to anything that's cute. Thank goodness for me. Thank goodness for me. So she is all set. Ollie is very happy. I honestly didn't think I would get another dog, but it was just so weird. I saw her, my heart melted when I saw her. And then the price was right. She still had her. It just, everything kind of felt very fate-like, and Paul fell in love with her. Like I said, she was a breed that we had already like looked up, because she had all the markers to suit our lifestyle. And she was calm, which is the main reason why I didn't want to get a puppy, is because puppies are generally very energetic and destructive. And I mean, she's definitely destructive. She has Havanese, so she wants to bite everything. This little tiny 3-pound dog is trying to eat my coffee table.
That's why she gets so much toys. We just redirect it to a toy.
Yep, redirect to a toy. So she was so calm. And I was like, you know, if we're gonna get a dog, this is the one to get. And to be perfectly frank, the hard conversation we had is Ollie is my heart, and he always will be, which is one of the reasons why it's like I have to have a dog, but we are trying to redirect a little bit of her bonding towards Paul. She's not like a Chihuahua. Chihuahuas really only bond with one person. She'll bond with both of us, but we're directing a little bit more towards Paul. And one of the things that we really talked about was when Ollie goes in 10 years.
We hope. We're hoping.
Will I be in a position to even think about it? And the fact is that there are people like me. I don't talk about it a lot, but Ollie is an ESA. I have his prescriptions from a qualified doctor stating that he is an ESA. Unfortunately, he hates car rides. So, yeah. But yeah, Ollie got all of his stuff to be an ESA. Because I do a lot better with a dog around mentally, especially for my depression. Because with my depression, I have a really hard time getting out of bed.
Yeah, but when you got something you got to take care of, it helps out.
Yes, because then if I don't have Ollie to take care of, I don't have a reason to get out of bed. I don't have a reason to, like, you know, because I groom him, I brush him, and I bathe him, and I cut his little feetsies hairs, and Paul does the nails, and it's just, it's something that I have to do, and it helps with my depression, having that stuff that needs to be done. So one of the worries that we did have was that when Ollie went, how bad of a depression I would fall into. And so I'm definitely going to be broken and depressed. But if I already have a little baby that I have to take care of, that I have to look after, that I have to groom and feed and water and exercise, then maybe I won't just fill up in a ball and freaking die inside. And Paul agreed with that a lot because he knows how much better my mental health was after I got Ollie. I've only been institutionalized, I think, once since we got Ollie. And that had to do with something that was pretty severe and abnormal. It was a tragedy that happened. So, yeah. And I know that's what I said. Ollie, I try not to take him everywhere with me because he really doesn't like car rides, and I try to respect that. But
he hates car rides.
He really does. But it's hard because, like I said, I got him all qualified to be an ESA when I first got him as a puppy, which is why I got to take him everywhere with me. I don't know why he started hating car rides. I guess he never really liked them. He would whimper a lot and always try to climb into my lap, and I'm like, no, you have to stay in your seat. And then it just got worse where he would just howl and cry. And yeah. So one of the things that he does like, though, is, of course...
you started on the end. I started at the beginning, so we're going to come together at the wrong numbers.
Huh?
You'll see. I have up to 50. 50 should start here. 51, 52. We'll have to move all of these into the next sheet. Yeah, I thought you started at that one.
I ordered a 240, I thought. Is this only a 120?
Oh yeah, it is, because you have 120 in there.
I need to check because...
Wait, 240. 120 and 120 is 240.
Right, but if you're almost 48, 49, 50...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes.
We're making mistakes here, guys.
8 times 10. 80. It's 160. Hey. I need this one.
Well, this blows. I would have sworn I bought the 241.
Is there more in there, maybe?
I didn't see any more. I don't know though. I mean, that second bottom one might lift up.
We'll take a look
this,
at it.
See how wide this one
Yeah,
is,
that
and
one's
then
a lot
this
wider.
one.
I bet that
Okay.
lifts up. We'll
bet
find
it
out in
does.
a minute.
Yeah, because we're gonna need to pull some of the things from that one.
Yep.
What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So we've been talking about buying Ollie a stroller because Ollie loves going on walks.
He
and
can't walk anymore.
Yeah, he can barely make it to the driveway from the house at this point. Oh, and we are getting him some arthritis meds. Those are in the mail. We talked to the vet about that. So yay, hopefully that will help his little bones a little bit. So we were, because the arthritis thing is kind of new. It just started happening, and Paul and I were talking about getting him a stroller, and we've been doing some research on them. So now we've got her, and she needs to go on walks, and she needs to be socialized, and she needs to smell the smells and see people walking by and hear all the weird sounds in order for her to be, you know, a happy and healthy dog. So we're at PetSmart, and we actually went to Petco, and they had one of the strollers, and we're looking it over, and Paul's like, "This thing's cool."
Oh yeah, because we were looking at a sling, but then
yes,
I'm like,
for her.
What happens when you get hot or tired? Sling doesn't work for me.
Yeah. So we're looking at the strollers, and he's like, "I like it." So we take the dogs out today on their stroller ride. They like being in the stroller together and going. And of course, she's a puppy, and these are all new things, but they're important for her to learn. So she's a little like, I don't know about all this.
50.
Yeah, so she was a little whiny, and
Oh, I had to.
And so, you know, I was walking beside her and petting her, and Paul's like, "Oh, well, I get to be the one to push the stroller. It's new and cool. Zoom, zoom." We need a new one. And Ollie is just sitting in that stroller. My heart was singing. I was so incredibly happy and excited because he is, oh my goodness, guys. It was amazing. He was smelling all the smells. He was absolutely loving all the smells, and his eyes were all big, and his nose is going crazy, and he's feeling the sun on his face, and he was so happy. And I'm so glad that we got the stroller, and I'm going to start taking him for walks
Twice a day.
Stroller walks twice a day, because he really, really loved it. I haven't seen him quite that bright-eyed in a while, and yeah. I kept yelling at Paul. I'm like, he's so happy. Look at him. Look at his little noses are twitching. He's so happy. So yeah, that's what happened with that. I still need these ones.
Oh, you need those ones?
So yeah, I mean, that's just kind of, I think, been how our week is. Yeah, we got 2 new cars. We got a puppy. Ollie is pretty okay with it. Like I said, we got all of the stuff. So let's talk a little bit about some fun stuff. So, what was my favorite diamond painting that came out this week? I've been busy, guys. I didn't really look. So I'm going to say this one. When I saw this, I posted it in the Diamonds in the Rough Facebook group because I got so excited. Did you take all the drills?
Oh.
You start on the...
Oh.
Oh. Look what he's doing.
Yeah.
I have a fun little thing from Craftshley. I got a ton of release papers, and we will be working on the small shop unboxing video here pretty soon. And so you guys will be able to check out a ton of release papers I got from her. I got a whole bunch of her fun artist signed. I love that she has signed so many artists. She is doing absolutely amazing. So yeah, super excited about that. And oh my goodness, the songs. So many songs that I listened to. I downloaded like 20 new songs for our trip. And oh my goodness. So there is this new song called Bloodline by Alex Warren and Jelly Roll. And it talks about how you are not your family and how you can break generational trauma, and it is so beautiful. So whether you like country or not, but you are like really big on really strong, important lyrics that mean a lot to you emotionally, this is definitely a song that you are going to want to check out. Although it is also one of those things, it did make me think, get a little heavy here for a second. So, one of the things, you know, when I was listening to it, it brought up some feelings. So I get sometimes from people in my life, like, why do you still talk about your childhood and some of the stuff you went through? Why, like, you're in therapy, why is it still, like, an issue? You know, and I think a lot of it is, like, you can do therapy and you can learn different ways of coping and stuff, and maybe it's not true for everybody, but the fact is, and I know Paul hates to say this, but I was broken in a really, really fundamental way as a child. And for me, I have wounds that are never going to fully heal. They're like partially healed, got a little bit of scar tissue on them, whatever, but they're never going to fully heal. And, you know, I have to say, I know a lot of other people that are that way, especially when they came from families where they did not experience a lot of love and safety during their fundamental years, where they always do kind of feel like they are not very lovable because of the fact that, you know, everybody talks about a mother's love. Oh, the minute your mother sees you, she falls in love with you in the hospital. There's nothing greater than a mother's love, this or that. And it makes you feel like there's something wrong with you when your mom doesn't love you. And people are like, oh, mothers always love their children. Well, you know what? They don't. You know, if that's the kind of life you had, I'm really happy for you. I really, really am. But that is not truth. And the whole entire thing, it is very damaging, not just your childhood, but this, what is wrong with me if my own mother couldn't love me? And, you know, I'm kind of, it's like, you know what? It was my life. And so when I'm recanting my childhood memories, it's like, I don't understand what's different than me talking about my childhood memories that weren't always the greatest, and just, you know, talking about them in remembrance, and somebody else talking about their happy memories. It's like, because they had happier memories, they're allowed, and they're allowed to like remember and think about them, but because mine weren't, I'm not allowed to remember or think about them or talk about them. I don't know, that song, it made me think about that, and it really bothered me. I'd never really thought about it that way. It's like, why am I always getting hushed? Why am I always being told to get over it? Why am I always being told to stop living in the past? Because I'm not living in the past, but I'm also not going to erase my past or pretend that it didn't happen for other people's comfort.
Yeah, I mean, when you're kind of right. If somebody has a good childhood, like I had most of the time, I don't bring up my old memories and somebody's like, oh, get over it. No, I mean, that was just a memory that was good. It wasn't a terrible story, but nobody goes, oh, get over your memory.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a great childhood. Good for you. if he says that.
I don't know why the song made me think of that, but I was just kind of ruminating on it, and it was just like, you know what, good for the people that got the therapy and are like magically cured. You know what, I've come a long way. I'm not magically cured. This is my life, and I talk about my life if I want to. You can choose not to listen, but you can't tell me to not talk about it. You can't tell me to get over it. You can't tell me to stop living in the past, because that's rude. Rude.
Yeah.
Rude. So those are my songs. Like I said, the song might make you cry, especially if you did have a childhood like mine. It definitely made me. What's funny though is it's got this really like upbeat. It's like very upbeat song, but the lyrics are heartwarming, full of strength, full of. They're so good and so sad at the same time. So many different emotions, that song. It's amazing. So yeah, I suggest you listen to it if you are into songs that have those strong lyrics that just make you feel all the feels.
And if you just want a good rock out type country song, the Brunette song is pretty good. It's only like 2 minutes and 19 seconds, but it's good.
It is good. Yeah, good. Look at us going through this. We're going to have to see how long the wipandchat lasted. I think we're a third of the way done.
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there. Ooh, that was another thing. Okay. All right, not letting you guys go yet. Oh, I had the most awesome thing happen to me when it happened to Paul. Okay. So he had a little something to do for work, and I go to give him a little hand so we can get back to the vacation faster and spend time together. And he's struggling. Everything is going wrong, and he's getting frustrated, so frustrated. And then he figured it out. He fixed it. Everything worked beautifully, and I've never watched Paul work. So one, it was freaking amazing watching him in his element where he feels like confidence and strength. So he fixes it all up. I'm already having a great day. He's feeling bad because he's like, oh, you're working. And I'm like, you know what? This is awesome. I've never got to watch you work before. It's take your wife to work day. It is just really cool. We're working together as a team. We're collaborating. And then when he did that, I've never seen Paul this happy in his life. I've had kids with this man. I walked up to him and said, I do forever, and sealed it with a kiss. We've had puppies. We've bought houses. We've gotten cars. I mean, I went through a lot with this man. I have never seen his face light up with pure joy and happiness as it did right then. I felt it in my soul. Like, I started jumping up and down and clapping for him. And then I jumped on him and gave him a big old hug and kiss. And it was so infectious. And it's like, that is my goal in life. My goal in life is to make Paul start feeling that kind. And I think a lot of it just had to do with the fact that he'd been struggling with it. And then he got it to work, and it worked so beautifully. And I think for him, just the perfection of it and fixing it and, you know, doing something that he absolutely loves, it was amazing. Because Paul, we've talked about this in the past, you know, a lot of the issues is that he's just not passionate about very many things. He doesn't really, he plays games, but he's not like super passionate.
I can't even read most of them.
Yeah, you know, but his work he is passionate about. I've never seen him act like that, and I want I want him to feel like that all the time. I do. I know it's not possible, but I definitely would like to do whatever I can to create that feeling in him and that pure joy a little bit more. Even if it means helping him with work. I just liked seeing it. It was awesome.
Yeah. I like when stuff works like it's supposed to.
Alright, so we have talked your ear off. So this has been kind of a little bit of a long wipandchat, especially for me. But like I said, we were kind of trying to play catch up here. And then, oh, we did watch a movie Also,
Oh yeah, there are a couple good movies actually.
yes, so we watched The Last Final Destination, Bloodlines. It's alright.
It's alright.
It's alright. Not great. Not bad. It was okay. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best Final Destination. It was probably actually the worst Final Destination, but it was still a good movie.
Yeah.
And then we watched Beyond Dawn.
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn. That was very good. I liked it.
Yep, I like that one too. And we watched one just recently when we were home called Puppy Love. That was fantastic.
Oh my goodness. It's on Amazon.
Yep, Amazon Prime. If you have it, you can watch it for free. And
Puppy Love.
Puppy Love, and it is great.
It was fantastic. Two people who don't really like each other. Yeah.
One is an introvert, okay, and the other one's an extrovert. So.
Yeah, and their puppies, their dogs fall in love.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's a great, great movie.
It was. I had started it, and then Paul comes on, and he's like, "What's this kibble?" He's like, "I don't want to watch it."
Rewind it. So we restarted it.
Yeah. It was really, really good.
Oh, I forgot to close.
I keep saying, oh, we're probably going to head out. And then I'm like, oh yeah, but then I remembered. Man,
we had a lot going on.
We did. We had a lot going on, but it has been fantastic. You will be seeing our videos coming out more regularly. Now we've got Oz and Og also coming up, so expect to see a video for that very, very, very soon, because we need to get that out. The rules are going to be pretty simple, so it's going to be a pretty short video when we go over all of that, so you know. All right. How many? We have 20, 19, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27 more colors to kit up, but we have to go take over outside, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and let you go. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope you had a good time, and you know what I forgot to say, and I do want to know, let me know. I've missed out on so much. I've been gone for so long. What have you been up to? Did you guys get anything cool this week? A new cool canvas, a puppy, a car, a new boyfriend? Whatever, let us know what your last 2 weeks have been like. All right, bye guys. Finger magic, finger dancing.